Golden light kisses Jerusalem's ancient stones, a serene dawn breaking over the city, promising a day heavy with destiny. Narrator: Judas Iscariot, a man forever etched in the annals of time, his name synonymous with betrayal. Narrator: but what drove him? Was it greed, disillusionment, or something far more complex? Narrator: our story begins here, amidst the beauty of Jerusalem, a city soon to be stained with tragedy. Under the Galilean sun, Jesus and his disciples journey through the golden countryside, their faces filled with hope. Dust motes dance in the sunbeams, illuminating their path as they walk with resolve. Narrator: Judas, a trusted member of Jesus' inner circle, held the responsibility of treasurer for the group. Narrator: he was carefully selected by Jesus himself, a decision that would ultimately shape destiny. Around the crackling campfire, disciples share a humble meal as dancing shadows paint their faces with fleeting expressions. The air is thick with the comforting scent of roasted vegetables, mingling with the soft hum of companionable chatter. Judas sits amongst them, a serene smile playing on his lips, seemingly one with the fellowship. The flickering flames reflect in his eyes, betraying the hidden depths masked by piety. Beneath the guise of camaraderie, greed and dishonesty lie dormant within Judas, waiting for the opportune moment. Inside Simon's house, the air is thick with the scent of expensive perfume, a sensory indulgence. Mary kneels, her hands gently anointing Jesus' head with fragrant oil, a tender act of devotion. Light refracts off the crystal bottle as she tips it, the last drop shimmering like tears. Judas's voice cuts through the reverence. Why this waste? The money given to the poor. Judas speaks of the poor, but his words ring hollow, masking a selfish desire. His true motive: a thief's greed, hiding behind a facade of righteousness. Shadowy figures huddle in the temple's dim light, their faces etched with grim determination. Priest one's hushed tone cuts through the silence. We must arrest Jesus. Priest two voices concern. But how? His followers are many. A public arrest would cause a riot. Priest two warns, fear clouding his eyes. Priest three proposes a dark solution. Then we must do it quietly, in secret. Inside the temple, Judas advances, his face a canvas of desperation and resolve. Judas confronts the priests, his voice strained. What are you willing to give me if I deliver him to you? Shadows deepen as the priests respond, their words cold and calculating. 30 pieces of silver. A deal is struck, sealing a dark fate in the hallowed halls of the temple. In bustling Jerusalem, Judas lurks in the shadows, his gaze fixed on Jesus amidst the vibrant crowd. A storm of conflicting emotions rages within Judas, masked by a facade of grim resolve. His eyes dart around, calculating, as he searches for the opportune moment in the crowded streets. The weight of his impending betrayal hangs heavy, casting a dark shadow over his face. Judas remains a solitary figure, isolated by his treacherous intent in the heart of Jerusalem. The vibrant city unknowingly moves around him as Judas prepares to set his plan into motion. Flickering candlelight dances across the faces of the disciples gathered for the Last Supper. A solemn hush falls over the upper room, heavy with unspoken anticipation. The table is laden with bread and wine, symbols of a sacred bond. Eyes reflect the dim light, each disciple lost in thought and reflection. Shadows stretch and sway, adding an air of mystery to the somber scene. A night of destiny unfolds, marked by faith, sacrifice, and impending change. Heavy anticipation fills the upper room, each breath held, each shadow deepened by the weight of unspoken words. Jesus stands, his face a canvas of profound sadness, a silent storm brewing in his eyes. The disciples gather, their faces etched with hope and apprehension. A palpable tension suffocates the air as they lean in, desperate for a sign. Jesus speaks, his voice a somber echo. One of you will betray me. The upper room is thick with apprehension. Hushed whispers fill the air as the disciples gather. Nervous glances dart around the room, each disciple's face a mask of fear and uncertainty. "Lord, is it I?" one disciple asks, the question hanging heavy in the tense atmosphere. Another voice joins, echoing the same fear. "Is it I, Lord?" A third disciple speaks, desperation in his tone. "Surely it is not I, Lord." Judas's voice cuts through the room, a question cloaked in false innocence. "Lord, is it I?" In the upper room, Jesus sits at the table, his gaze fixed and unreadable. His eyes settle upon Judas, a silent acknowledgement passing between them. A weighty silence hangs in the air as Jesus speaks with solemn resolve. "What you are about to do quickly," he says, the words hanging heavy with unspoken meaning. Under a canopy of stars, Judas quietly leaves the upper room, melting into the still, heavy Jerusalem night. The air hangs thick with unspoken tension as Judas disappears into the darkness, his silhouette swallowed by shadows. The city lies silent, unaware of the momentous betrayal unfolding under its cloak of night. Narrator. The spiritual darkness in Judas's heart mirrors the absence of light in the night. Judas walks into the dark, his figure silhouetted as he leaves the brightly lit room, the darkness representing the darkness in his heart. Beneath a vast, starlit sky, Jesus kneels in the Garden of Gethsemane, his silhouette stark against the ancient olive trees. Sorrow and resolve battle across his face, illuminated by the celestial glow above. A gentle breeze whispers through the olive branches, a silent witness to his anguish. Nearby, the disciples lie in deep slumber, unaware of the torment gripping their leader. The weight of the world presses down on Jesus as he wrestles with his destiny in the tranquil garden. An internal storm rages within him, unseen and unheard by those who sleep nearby. Silence shatters as footsteps echo through the Garden of Gethsemane. A throng of soldiers emerges from the shadows, their presence ominous. Torches flicker, casting long, dancing shadows that heighten the tension. Judas leads the procession, his face unreadable in the dim light. A sense of foreboding hangs heavy in the air, thick with anticipation. The crowd advances, their purpose clear and inescapable. In the Garden of Gethsemane, Judas approaches Jesus, his face unreadable in the dim light. Judas leans in, the kiss a silent betrayal hanging heavy in the night air. Kisses him. Jesus' eyes reflect a profound sadness, his voice a low, resonating question. "Judas, are you betraying the Son of Man with a kiss?" he asks, the weight of destiny in his words. Torches flicker, casting shadows across the ancient olive trees in the Garden of Gethsemane. Roman soldiers, clad in armor, emerge from the darkness, their faces grim and determined. The soldier sees Jesus. He does not resist their rough grasp. Rough rope binds Jesus' hands, a symbol of betrayal and impending doom. Fear grips the disciples, their faces etched with disbelief as they begin to scatter. Confusion reigns as the disciples abandon Jesus, fleeing into the night. The Sanhedrin chamber buzzes with hushed intensity, a palpable tension hanging heavy in the air. Religious leaders, their faces etched with grim determination, encircle Jesus. A beam of light pierces through a high window, dramatically illuminating the center of the chamber. The light casts long shadows, emphasizing the gravity and solemnity of the moment. Jerusalem's bustling streets become a blur as Judas races through the crowd. His face is a canvas of torment, etched with profound guilt. He jostles past merchants and beggars, a man consumed by inner turmoil. Each breath is a ragged gasp, fueling his desperate flight. The vibrant city fades around him, unseen, unheard, as Judas presses on. His anguished heart pounds a rhythm of regret against the chaos of Jerusalem. Judas storms into the temple, his face a mask of anguish and despair. He hurls a heavy bag of silver coins, the sound echoing through the sacred hall. The coins scatter at the feet of the priests, a stark symbol of betrayal. His voice cracking with torment, Judas cries out in agony, "I have sinned, for I have betrayed innocent blood." Judas laments, his words filled with remorse. Incense smoke fills the temple, its scent heavy and ancient, shadows flickering across the weathered stone walls. The air itself seems to hum with unseen energy. Flickering torchlight casts long, dancing shadows. A chorus of voices echoes through the chamber. "What is that to us?" The priests chant, their words laced with an unsettling indifference. Judas hurls the coins, a dark glint in the dim light of the temple. The heavy sound echoes, filling the sacred space with a profane clamor. The coins scatter, a glittering betrayal scattered across the stone floor, each piece a testament to broken faith and shattered trust. He turns, his face a mask of anguish and despair, a soul tormented by guilt and regret as he abandons all hope. Judas flees, a solitary figure swallowed by the bustling crowd, his shadow fading into the darkness like a whisper of damnation. In a desolate field, Judas's face twists in anguish, a mask of utter despair consuming him. He succumbs, choosing a gnarled tree as his final stage, a stark symbol against the vast sky. The rope strains, a grim testament to his weight, silhouetted against the unforgiving daylight. Silence descends, broken only by the wind whispering through the field, a mournful elegy for Judas. Jerusalem awakens as the sun paints its ancient stones with gold, a gentle breeze carrying whispers of history and hope. The city basks in the tranquil embrace of dawn, calming music weaving through the scene. Narrator. The story of Judas is a mirror reflecting the complexities of human nature. Narrator. It is a reminder that even in the darkest of deeds, there are lessons to be learned. Narrator. Forgiveness to be sought, and redemption to be found. Candlelight flickers across the faces of the disciples, each etched with sadness and confusion. Unspoken grief hangs heavy in the air, the weight of betrayal palpable among them. Murmurs ripple through the group, a low hum of disbelief and sorrow. Some disciples sit in stunned silence, grappling with the unthinkable. Worried glances are exchanged, a silent language of fear and uncertainty. The flickering flames mirror the wavering faith in their hearts. Under the radiant Galilee sun, rolling hills stretch to the horizon, bathed in golden light. Jesus stands, a beacon of gentle charisma, his presence captivating all who gather. The disciples surround him, their faces upturned, a tapestry of awe and deep contemplation woven in their expressions. They listen intently, each word a seed planted in fertile ground. Nature's symphony fills the air, birds chirp, and the breeze whispers secrets through the trees. A moment of profound stillness, where earth and spirit meet in perfect harmony. Sunlight floods the temple, illuminating swirling dust. Jesus stands firm, righteous anger blazing in his eyes. Religious leaders encircle Jesus, their expressions a volatile mix of shock and fury. The air crackles with unspoken tension. Jesus prepares to confront their hypocrisy. A moment before the storm, Jerusalem's streets teem with a sea of faces, a collective roar building with anticipation. Amidst the throng, Jesus enters Jerusalem, his humble mount a stark contrast to the city's grandeur. The crowd surges, their excitement palpable, a wave of bodies and vibrant colors flowing toward the gate. Jesus' expression is serene, a calm island in the storm of jubilant chaos surrounding him. The air crackles with energy, a moment of profound significance hanging in the balance as he passes. In the upper room, dim oil lamps cast dancing shadows, illuminating Jesus and his disciples in a scene of quiet reverence. A basin of water and a simple towel await, symbols of humility and service in the lamplit space. With solemn grace, Jesus kneels, his face a study in devotion as he gently takes a disciple's foot. He washes away the dust and grime, the unspoken emotions filling the room with profound significance. Flickering torchlight casts writhing shadows across the ancient olive trees in the Garden of Gethsemane. Jesus kneels on the rough ground, his face illuminated by the unsteady glow. Sweat beads on his brow, mingling with the dust of the garden, a testament to inner turmoil. His hands are clasped tightly, knuckles white with strain, a silent plea against the coming storm. Within the Sanhedrin, a palpable tension fills the air as Jesus stands silently before the high priest. His serene gaze contrasts sharply with the judging eyes scrutinizing him. Heavy shadows cast by flickering torches dance on the walls, amplifying the gravity of the moment. The high priest watches Jesus, seeking any flicker of fear or guilt. Each breath held, every whisper stifled, contributes to the suffocating atmosphere. An unspoken challenge hangs in the balance, testing the depths of faith and conviction. Pilate stands on the balcony, a storm of unrest brewing beneath his furrowed brow. Jesus stands serene, untouched by the chaos, as Pilate struggles to calm the growing storm. Pilate gestures, his voice lost in the rising tide of the crowd's fury. The crowd's cries intensify, a unified roar demanding a single, brutal verdict. Crucify him! Crucify him! The chilling chant echoes through the courtyard, sealing Jesus' fate. The weight of the decision hangs heavy, the courtyard a stage for an irreversible act. Under the blazing sun, Jesus stumbles, the heavy cross digging into his shoulders. Each step a monumental effort. A sea of faces lines the Via Dolorosa, a mix of pity, scorn, and morbid curiosity etched on their features. Dust swirls around his sandaled feet as he presses forward, an embodiment of suffering amidst the bustling city. The weight of the cross seems unbearable, yet his gaze remains fixed ahead, a beacon of unwavering resolve. Each labored breath echoes through the narrow streets, a testament to his enduring spirit despite the crushing burden. The ancient stones of Jerusalem bear witness to his agonizing journey, each step marking a profound sacrifice. Under the merciless sun, Jesus is suspended on the cross. Shadows stretch long and distorted across the dusty ground. The stark silhouette against the blinding sky, a desolate scene etched in harsh daylight. A palpable darkness descends, cloaking Calvary in shadow. The sky, heavy with sorrow, reflects the weight of the moment. Silence falls, broken only by the whisper of the wind. The world holds its breath as life ebbs away. A final, profound moment as Jesus dies. The cold, damp air of the tomb hangs heavy as shadows dance on rough-hewn walls, a silent testament to loss. Faint light filters through the entrance, casting an ethereal glow on the solemn scene. With gentle reverence, Jesus' lifeless body is laid within the cold embrace of the stone tomb. The silence is profound, broken only by the distant echoes of grief and despair. An uncertain future looms, shrouded in darkness and the weight of unspoken questions. Under the blazing sun, Jerusalem's ancient stones shimmer with heat. The air vibrates with life, bartering merchants, playing children, distant prayers. The city pulses with the rhythm of centuries, a blend of commerce and devotion. A voice echoes, offering solace. Remember, there is forgiveness for anyone who turns back to God. Faint sunlight struggles to penetrate the upper room, illuminating dust motes dancing in the air. Disciples huddle, their faces etched with a palpable fear and uncertainty. Shadows lengthen across the room, mirroring the growing gloom in their hearts. A sense of foreboding fills the dimly lit space, each breath heavy with unspoken anxieties. Two figures trudge along the sun-baked road to Emmaus, their shoulders slumped with despair. Dust swirls around their sandals as they walk, lost in somber thoughts. A lone figure appears behind them, drawing closer with each step. Unseen, unrecognized, Jesus approaches, with a silent question in his eyes. The disciples walk on, unaware of the divine presence walking among them. Flickering candlelight casts long, dancing shadows across the faces of the disciples gathered in the upper room. Fear and disbelief mingle in their eyes as they huddle together, seeking solace in the dimly lit space. A sudden radiance pierces the gloom, an ethereal glow emanating from the center of the room. A figure emerges, serene and luminous, amidst the fearful disciples. It is Jesus, his presence filling the room with an otherworldly calm. Golden sunlight bathes the Mount of Olives, casting long shadows across the serene landscape. Jesus begins to ascend, his form glowing with an ethereal light, drawing all eyes upward. A look of serene determination graces his face as he rises higher, further from the earth. His voice echoes with divine promise. I will return. The light intensifies as he disappears into the heavens, leaving behind a sense of awe and anticipation. Sunlight streams into the temple, illuminating the air as Judas watches Jesus from the crowd's edge. Jesus is radiant, encircled by devoted followers. Judas is caught between admiration and a simmering resentment. His expression is a mask of inner turmoil, a storm brewing beneath the surface. Judas shifts. His hand instinctively moves to the pouch at his belt. Jerusalem sleeps as Judas rendezvous with temple guards, the city's ancient stones absorbing their hushed, fateful meeting. Shadows stretch and twist, mirroring the hidden agendas and moral compromises exchanged under the cloak of night. The air vibrates with anticipation, a silent agreement sealing a betrayal that will echo through eternity. Every whispered word, every furtive glance, carries the weight of destiny, forever marking this unholy alliance. In the dim upper room, shadows dance on anxious faces gathered around the table, a silent prelude to destiny. Jesus shares the bread, a gesture of love amidst the gathering storm. Judas, seated to Jesus' left, avoids the knowing gaze, his jaw clenched. Subtle glances pass between them, heavy with unspoken understanding. Oblivious, the other disciples focus on the meal, unaware of the impending betrayal. Under the cloak of night, Judas leads the soldiers into the Garden of Gethsemane, his steps measured, his purpose dark. The garden is veiled in shadow, lit only by flickering torches that cast long dancing shadows among the ancient olive trees. His face is a canvas of inner turmoil, resolve battling with the weight of his actions in the hushed stillness. Each step deeper into the garden seals his fate, the air thick with unspoken betrayal and impending doom. Judas stands amidst the Sanhedrin's throng, his face a canvas of deepening torment, each accusation a fresh wound. The weight of his betrayal crushes him as Jesus' trial unfolds, the air thick with accusations and unspoken guilt. His hands tremble, betraying the storm within, beads of sweat mirroring the flickering torchlight and inner turmoil. Remorse gnaws relentlessly, threatening to drown him in a tide of regret as the trial intensifies. In the crowded Jerusalem streets, Judas's face is a mask of anguish, his eyes reflecting inner turmoil. A cacophony of scorn rises as the crowd mocks Jesus, their jeers cutting through the air. Each jeer lands like a blow, deepening Judas's despair and tormenting his conscience. Judas stands alone amidst the chaos, his heart breaking with each passing moment. Under a harsh sky, Judas witnesses a scene of stark horror, his figure isolated against the desolate Calvary. Jesus on the cross, a dark silhouette against the unforgiving light, dominates Judas's vision. Judas's face, a canvas of torment, reflects the agonizing weight of his betrayal and despair. Paralyzed, he watches the grim spectacle, each moment driving a nail deeper into his tormented soul. Under the relentless sun, Judas wanders, lost in thought. His eyes, distant and unfocused, reflect a deep inner turmoil. His face is etched with guilt and despair, a visible map of his tormented soul. The vast field offers no solace, only amplifying his sense of isolation and regret. The image of Jesus on the cross burns in his mind, an unerasable mark of his betrayal. Jerusalem awakens as the first rays of sunrise paint the ancient stones in gold and rose. A gentle breeze whispers through the olive trees, carrying the promise of a new day. The city breathes, ancient and timeless, under the watchful gaze of the heavens. Narrator's voice echoes with hope. Even betrayal can be redeemed if we run to God, not away from Him. Jerusalem basks in golden sunlight, its ancient stones whispering tales of faith. I urge viewers to walk in truth, the sunlit stones a testament to resilience. Each step echoes with the weight of history, a path illuminated by unwavering belief. Stay close to Jesus, the stones seem to say, as the city radiates under the warm sky.